Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Get your Green Gear 25% off. Promo code Jericho1, all caps, and the number 1. So, Lil Nas X. I'm sure every time the real Nas hears that dude's name, he puts his head down in shame. So you may or may not have heard Lil Nas X. He had that song last summer or something, Country Road. I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road or something with a Billy Ray Cyrus. And it was a huge song. So I'm pretty sure everybody has heard it, whether you like it or not. You've probably heard it. And Lil Nas X, he is gay. So what? Again, who you sleep with means nothing in the public arena, but of course, he's gay. So he came out with this song called Montero, and he did a video for it. Obviously, he's trying to provoke controversy, and he's done that. So in this video, also, he had a pair of shoes come out that were Nikes, and he had them redesigned by some company, and they're red and black, and they got like this fluid in the little air pocket in the bottom. It's like red fluid, and it looks like blood, and I guess there's a drop of human blood in there with this fluid. I know it sounds weird and fucked up, but it wasn't Nike that made or Nike that did the design. They just made the shoe that the design was done on. Anyway, so he has this video for this song Montero. I'm not going to put it in the description box because it's fucking gross, but in this video, there's a couple scenes where he's like, he dies or something. He goes up to heaven, and then they send him down to hell. And he goes down to hell on this super long stripper pole, and he's like upside down with his legs crossed, sliding down the pole. And then he gets to hell, and he's Satan sitting on the throne, and he starts giving Satan a lap dance, and Satan may or may not be having sex with him at some point. But everybody's all outraged about it, and this needs to be canceled, and the video needs to be fucking pulled, and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's what I think. Are the images in that video controversial? Yes. Is it gross? Yes. Should it be viewed by children? Hell no. My kids will never see this video in my house. Now, what they do with their little friends on their little phones or their little computers somewhere else is one thing. That shit gets that shit gets no play in this ride. What movie is that from? There's nowhere in the world that movie would ever be condoned or played in my home. But to act like this is the first time we've seen something like this, and can you believe what this video is about? Look, there's nothing new under the sun. We've seen Satan in videos for years. They may not have been painted red with horns coming out of his head like this Lil Nas X video, but we've seen it before. We've seen the stripper poles and the gyrations and the heaven and hell depictions. We've seen racy stuff. Remember Madonna had dudes making out in her videos and girls kissing girls. This shit's nothing new. Why this outrage? I don't know. We've seen this before. Granted, it hasn't been in these particular images where there's the actual devil getting a lap dance. But we've seen this shit before. Parents already know. We already know we got to guard against shit like this. We already know we have to combat shit like this, the images that our kids are seeing. And we can't keep them from seeing all those bad images out there. What we can do is give them the tools and knowledge to know that that shit is wrong and it's disgusting. Again, we've seen this shit before. Now a dude giving another dude a lap dance, to me, that's fucking disgusting. Two dudes doing sexual shit to me is gross. But Jericho, you're a homophobe. Shut the fuck up. Because I'm sure there's some gay people that think some gay women think penises are gross, and gay dudes think vagina is gross. So we all have things that we think are disgusting here. Let's get that out on the table. Let's not act like only heterosexual people are the ones that think other types of sexuality is gross. That's what I think. Now, should we pull the video and should these images be banned? Hell no. Because then you just make young people want it even more. Duh. Like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. When Elvis Presley went on, what was that dude's name? Ed? Why can't I think of his damn name? Damn it. Really famous talk show host back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s, maybe even 70s. And as soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to remember the dude's name. Ed Sullivan. Boom. So he went on the Ed Sullivan show, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was the Ed Sullivan show. And he's doing this little, the Elvis thing where he's gyrating his hips. The camera wouldn't even go down to show his hips gyrating. What? Man, if we saw some dude gyrating his hips now on TV in a music video, we wouldn't bat a fucking eye. But back then, you gyrating your hips, oh man, that's a no-no. That's taboo. The point being, racy shit like this, controversial shit like this is nothing new. So stop with all this outrage and holy shit, can you believe this? We've seen it before. Is it fucking gross? Yes. But we're not getting our gross shit on TV cherry popped right now. That happened a long time ago. But yeah, it's fucking foul. It's gross. It's controversial. It's all that shit. But we've got to be tougher than letting Lil Nas X's lap dance with the devil shake us to our core. There are far worse things out in society happening right now than this damn music video and its implications. Like, you seen the footage from the South Beach spring break? These savage niggas out in the middle of the street fighting like animals, blocking traffic, drugging and raping girls. And I don't mean just black folks. Niggas come in all different colors. And they're already talking, they already got curfews in place. The Miami Police Department's talking about ramping up police presence for the next wave of spring breakers. How about that? How about the Boulder shooter? Remember that from, a week ago? I went on CNN.com. That shit was way down at the bottom of the page. You know what was above the story of a radicalized Muslim, radicalized right here in America, killing 10 people at a grocery store? You know what stories were ahead of that? Shit like this. Billie Eilish, is she gonna keep her hair green or change it to something different? Ooh, Caitlyn Jenner, she had grapefruit. Is that what spring's gonna bring? That kind of shit. Knowing damn good and well, if he was a few shades lighter, that would be at the top of all these sick, disgusting liberal cesspools. That kind of shit. How about this? How about that Uber Eats driver in DC who was murdered by two kids, 13 and 15-year-old girls, murdered. An Uber Eats driver trying to carjack him. Carjacking's up 350%. No, that's not an exaggeration. Carjackings are up in the hundreds of percentage points just this year. We're only getting into April. We're in the last days of March. But what else do they have in DC? Excuse me, guys. I'm just trying to think. Oh, yeah. Don't they got a bunch of troops lined up around the Capitol protecting them? From what? I don't know. Because if you ain't doing shit wrong, what are you worried about? Don't you got troops there? How about you have those troops fan out into the city and stop these damn carjackings? Now, if you don't know the story, I'll tell you. So these two little bastards, and where are their parents? Where are their fathers? I'm going to go ahead and wager a bet that they don't have one. And if they do, he has failed. They have failed them. The parents need to be serving the sentences along with these little fuckers because you made them. They're only 13 and 15. You did this. So these two little bastards decide to carjack this dude with a stun gun. And one of them had been arrested before for the same kind of thing. So this is what they do. This is what they did. So they try to jack this Pakistani dude with stun guns. He's sitting he won't let him close. He won't get out of the car, basically. He's standing in the doorway of the driver's side door. And he's saying, this is my car. And you know what? I saw some sick shit. I can't remember who sent it to me. But some sick fucker was saying how it's his fault. Why didn't he give up the car? No. Why are you trying to take his car? That's this man's livelihood. That's how he makes his money. He probably wasn't taking him serious because there's two fucking kids. So forgive him for believing in the innocence of children. What an asshole. So these two little fuckers, these two little future state serial numbers decide to carjack this dude with a taser. He won't get out, so they take off with him wedged in the doorway. Uncontrollably, they speed down the street, slamming into shit on the side, these metal barriers, crushing this man in the doorway. I'm sure that felt good, right? I sure hope, and you know what? I sure hope before he died, his last words were, Black Lives Matter. So this man is getting crushed in the doorway, in the door jamb of his car. The person filming this, you see the car speed away, it takes a right, and then you hear it crash. So the person filming it runs down the street, goes around the corner, you see the car up on its side, up on resting on the passenger side, the driver's side of the vehicle. This man was tossed from the vehicle. He is laying face down on the pavement dead. And I don't mean face turned like this. I mean face straight down in the pavement like this. His face smashed into the concrete. Arms and legs all twisted and fucked up. Why? Because these little bastards decide to go out and do what they do. Because there's no fear of consequence. They're not worried about their parents saying anything. They're not worried about the police. That's why they go out and do shit like this. Having two parents in the home, having your father, is no guarantee. But it's your best fucking shot. And I had friends who would do the same thing growing up. Go out and steal cars. Now, I don't think they ever carjacked anybody, but they went out stealing cars. And they would tell me, hey, Jericho, let's go, man. We're going to do A, B, and C. I said A, B, and C is fine, but it's D that I got to worry about. Because D is my parents finding out and doing what they do. I couldn't have that. The juice was not worth the squeeze. Now, these two little fuckers, they didn't have that at home. One of them, he had a single mom, and the other one, his dad didn't give a shit. So there's proof that having a dad in the home is no guarantee. But he wasn't scared. There was no consequence. They didn't get in trouble. It was one of those friends' houses you go over and they be cussing at their parents. And you're sitting there like expecting, just waiting for this child's death. Talking to your parents like that, I was expecting his parents to come in and take his life. No, they didn't give a shit. They didn't even come down the hall to his room. But at my house, there was a price to be paid for doing shit like that. And I did plenty of dumb shit. But I didn't do dumb shit like that. So everybody's talking about, should these girls be put away for life? Should they be tried as adults? I mean, when you hear situations like this of really young people doing some horrific shit, there's always a thought of, well, you don't want to throw them away. They're so young when it happens. Can they be saved? Can they be rehabilitated? I don't know. But something's got to happen. These kids got to pay. They have to pay. They need to be punished. And like I said before, their parents or parent or the NIMS, these girls are probably raised by the NIMS. Jericho, who are the NIMS? Grandmama NIM, Auntie and NIM, Mama NIM. That's who. And you know what one of these little fuckers said? At the scene, this man still over there face down, face crushed into the sidewalk, arms and legs broken. This little fucker said, I left my phone in the car. What? You left your phone in the car? That shows you the lack of respect for life. What's another human life? You know how many airbrush t-shirts that girl's got in her closet? R.I.P. Lil so-and-so. You know how many funerals she probably been to? You know how many dead bodies she stepped over? Y'all want to see a dead body? There's no value of life. They don't give a shit. Had they gotten away, had they been able to escape that car and run away, those little fuckers would have been right back at it the next day, if not that very night. Don't tell me it's not that simple to fix these fucking problems. Fix the family. Your family teaches you the value of life. But if your family's all fucked up and there's nobody there teaching you that, this is what you get. 13 and 15-year-old murderers who say, mere feet from the body of their victim, I left my phone in the car. You know, I saw a story a few years back of this mom and her auntie. See the fucking Nims? This woman and her auntie went to take some dude back to his house after cutting their grass. I know, a whole lot of questions just popped up. But they left a 3 and 4-year-old in the apartment. While they were gone, the apartment catches on fire. And what happens to these little 3 and 4-year-old angels? They fucking die in the fire. What a nice way for children to die. So these two worthless cum dumpsters, they come back. Police, firefighters on the scene. You got 2 of their neighbors over there, eyes red, coughing because they went in that smoke-filled house to save those little boys and couldn't do it. So good luck with your nightmares, sir. And you know what one of these bitches had the nerve to say? Man, she's looking past the firefighters. I just wanted to get in there and get my purse. My EBT card is in there. You know what should have happened? That cop should have pulled his service pistol, took her behind that fire truck, and put one right here, because you're a demon. That's where these kids come from. That's where these little 13 and 15-year-old monsters were created. But it's little Nas X, right? Get out of here with that shit. Fix the family. Speaking of family, I'm going to go hang out with mine. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.